everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick reading on their current thoughts about you. As always, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. With that said, we have pile 1 with rose quartz, pile 2 with clear quartz, and pile 3 with amethyst. Hello, pile 1, my clear quartz pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. What has been on their mind? What have they been thinking about in regard to you and the connection that you both share? Let's get some tarot cards out here, and then we will pull some oracle cards as well. To start out, we've got the Ace of Cups, so that's a good way to start out. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, even better. So what I would take this to mean is that for some of us, this could be a fresher or a newer relationship that really does seem to have some long-term potential. Or this could be a romantic interest that we feel really drawn to, and obviously they feel very drawn toward us because the Ace of Cups would be the beginning of the love story, let's say, and the 10 of Cups would be the end. You know, the 10 of Cups would be where we end up together and continue to move forward with one another into the future. So for many of us, this can be representing a newer connection, newer relationship, newer romantic interest that we really feel like there's some long-term potential between the two of us. For others, it could simply mean that you and this person already have this, relationship, and it's quite established and it is continuing to move forward, as well as with that Ace of Cups being an indication that fresh life or fresh breath, whatever the heck the expression would be, is constantly being breathed into the relationship. That the two of you like to keep things fresh. The two of you like to keep things romantic with one another, regardless of how long you have been together. And even for those of us that are in a newer connection, to me, to see two very heavy romantic cards right off the bat, it would be an indication that the romance within this connection is going to continue on into the future. So right now, as far as what your person's current thoughts are about the connection, is they see and they feel that there is long-term potential within this romantic connection between the two of you. Okay, they really feel as though you could be their person, that you could be the love of their life, the person that they end up with, the person that they get married to, start a family with, buy a home with, etc., and so on, whatever it is that the two of you would want for the future together. I also feel like this combo of cards will bring me to that the two of you share common values with one another. The two of you share common ideals and goals for the future. So those similar core values and life goals are certainly something that is helping to propel this connection forward. Not only that, but the feelings that the two of you have for one another are very strong. So there's that and all that jazz. Let's see what else is going on here. What else is your person currently thinking about? We are off to a very strong start. And we have the Knight of Cups falling to the floor. And with the Knight of Cups to me would be highly indicative of this person planning on moving this connection forward into the very near future. So again, for some of us that have maybe been in this connection a little bit longer, whether that means we've been dating, if we've been dating this person, expect exclusivity. If we've been exclusive and we've been in a committed relationship with this person, expect something like engagements and proposals or moving home together, moving in together. For newer connections, of course, this would represent that you and this person are going to begin to date one another, that this person's going to ask you out on a date, and so on and so forth. We really do have a very strong spread when it comes to what their current thoughts are. Their current thoughts are they are stuck on you, they are locked on you, they feel extremely drawn to you, and they want to see where this connection will go, because in their mind, the two of you have what it takes to have a very long-term, long-lasting romantic relationship with one another. Okay, this person is very much so into you. They only have eyes for you. Very beautiful, beautiful things coming through here. And continuing with that is the well. So the well, to me, it represents many different things. A lot of times, if you've been, watching me, I describe it as a well of emotion. So again, we get this strong indication that the romantic feelings that this person has for you are very, very strong. They feel very drawn to you. They feel like the connection between the both of you is continuously deepening. And I would say something that is definitely a highlight, let's say, of this connection is the emotional intimacy. The bond between the both of you is extremely strong. Even all the cups cards, like cups represent emotions. So to me, that would indicate that the two of you are very comfortable being open and honest with one another. The two of you are capable of opening up to one another. So even with that, even when it comes to take what resonates and leave the rest, if you've been dealing with somebody that's very closed off, has never expressed themselves to you, then this might not be your pile. Because for me, what's coming through here is that you and this person have a very strong bond, even if the both of you are just romantically interested in one another, or if the two of you are just friends at this moment in time. There is definitely a deeper emotional connection that this person has when it comes to this connection. They really feel like that you are someone who they can be completely open and honest with, that you are someone who they can confide in, that you are someone that they can share everything and anything with. They truly feel like the emotional bond or the emotional intimacy between the both of you is extremely strong within this connection. And I feel like when it comes to this person, they're ready to begin to create the life that they see with you. I feel like it's representative also of creation, of fulfillment, and they feel extremely fulfilled by this connection, which we already see through the Ten of Cups. But they feel extremely fulfilled by this connection, and they want to continue to create that life together. They want to continue to create a future with you or build a life with you, and so on and so forth. This person has, let's say, some very big ideas about this connection. And now let's get one last card out here. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So overall, this is just a very beautiful reading, my pile ones. When it comes to their current thoughts, I really don't know how many more times I could say, like, this person is completely dependent, of course, on whatever stage of the connection the both of you are in. This person either really likes you a lot, they are completely enamored by you, or this person is in love with you or falling in love with you. This person feels a connection with you that they have never felt before in their lives. I don't typically come on here and say things like soulmates and yada yada, but we do have the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune here, which are all indicative of, let's say, soul level connections. Like, these three cards can be indicators that this is somebody who was destined to be in your life, that this is somebody you are meant to be with, somebody that you are meant to be having this connection with, and so on and so forth. So what I feel like is coming up, or what this person is planning on, especially with the Wheel of Fortune ending it, is we're not only deepening the bond or deepening the emotional commitment or emotional bond between us, and we're not just deepening the level of commitment, but this person is ready to make some very positive changes as we move forward into the future. For some of us, I do feel like that positive change is the, getting asked out, is the becoming exclusive, is the moving in together, is the engagement. Whatever the case might be, this person's really looking to, yet again, start and build a life with you. This person is moving full speed ahead. They feel like their future is with you, and they want to continue to explore that future that they feel so strongly about with you. So I do hope that makes sense, my pile ones. Let's get just a couple of oracle cards out here and see what else is this person thinking about. This person, we've got strategy, have a game plan, implement daily routines that support your goals, be clear about desires. And I kind of feel like that's something that perhaps could be going on right now for some of us. We're getting to know this person. For many of us, as I said at the top, with that Ace of Cups, it would indicate that this is a new person or a new romantic interest or a new boyfriend or girlfriend. And with that said, we are beginning to be clear about what it is that we want, need, deserve, and desire. I feel like something that's very important within this connection is the openness and honesty that the two of you have with one another. It makes it a lot less scary to be open and honest about what our desires are if we feel comfortable talking to that person. And I feel like your person feels extremely comfortable with you, and I feel like you feel extremely comfortable with them. So it's very easy to set the, let's say, expectations, the wants, needs, and desires that each of you have. And I feel like both of those are in alignment with one another. Like what this person needs or desires from the connection, you have been providing to them. And what you also would want, need, deserve, and desire, this person has proven to be able to provide it to you. Okay, I also feel like the have a game plan and just a strategy in general is this person has a plan, regardless of what stage you are at with them. So it's like, yet again, if we are just romantic interests, this person is planning on asking you out on a date. Or if we're a lot more serious than that, this person is planning out how they are going to propose. Or this person has a plan of how or when the two of you are going to be able to afford to move in together. Whatever the case might be, this person is planning for the future, and yet again planning for their future with you. Now let's get a few more cards. We have bride. We have bride. Wife, partner, interested, love of a lifetime, wedding or event, a commitment or advancement. Okay, and I kind of feel like that card is self-explanatory. That's the level that this person is thinking of you. They look at you as a potential life partner. They look at you as, I believe I actually said love of a lifetime when I was describing the 10 of Cups, you know. So this person has very big feelings, let's say, about you. We have sunshine, good vibes, happy times, positive attitude, things going well. The answer is yes. Again, the two of you seem to have a lot of fun together. I feel like when it comes to this connection, even if it has been in existence for a hot minute and the two of you are, have been together for years, there's still these good vibes and happy times. There's still this fresh life being breathed into the relationship between the both of you. Like it's certainly not a relationship that's gone boring or stale. And again, for those of us that are newer to this is not a relationship that at some point is going to get boring or stale. It really seems as though the two of you have a lot in common and you're compatible in many different ways. And we have the card Life Goals hopping out into my lap. Be sure that your life goals or lifestyle are congruent with your partners, which I do feel like they are. And then we have grow together or grow apart. I personally feel that what we've seen throughout this reading is that the two of you have very similar core values and very similar life goals that are allowing for the two of you to grow together with one another. And another thing too, not to mention the soulmate word again. But one thing that I usually say is a good marker for soulmate connections is that we are willing to learn together and grow together throughout time. And it certainly seems as though you and this person are 1000% capable of learning with and growing with one another throughout time. My pile ones, I sincerely hope that this reading resonated with you. Thank you so much for allowing me to do such a mushy, gushy little love reading today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, my pile twos, my clear quartz pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. Let's see. What is your person currently thinking about you? My pile twos, we'll get some tarot cards out here. We'll pull a couple of oracle cards. We've got the High Priestess starting us off. We've got the Death card. We've got the Four of Wands. Let's get two more cards out here. We've got the Knight of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Swords. So I feel like what your person currently has on their mind is that they have done something to negatively change or affect the connection between the both of you. And I feel like they're not quite sure of how to get it back to where it used to be without seeming incredibly disingenuous. So, we start out with, I'm not sure if any of this is going to make sense. I hope if it's kind of like an if you know situation. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then that simply means it is not your pile and you can move on with your day. My pile too. So we start out with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is representative of many different things, but I do love the High Priestess and the Death card next to one another because to me, immediately that's going to bring up that this person feels like you are somebody who is extremely spiritual and extremely intuitive. So again, maybe not extremely spiritual, but they do feel like you are extremely intuitive and you can see their BS from a mile away. You're really good at sniffing it out. You're really good at calling them out on their bullshit. And they're not quite sure of how to feel about that. You know, like they're genuinely not quite sure of how to feel about that. And they feel like any way in which they come through to you is going to seem disingenuous due to whatever history the two of you might have together. Because I do feel like there is some history here with the Four of Wands in the center. Because when we move forward to the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords, we do get this character who is more of a player. We get someone who's a liar, a cheater, somebody who likes to move very quickly in relationships. And that's coming off of the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a card of stability and security and peaceful and happy relationships. So, with that said, it would seem to me that something that this person did changed the dynamic within the connection. It went from seeming stable and secure or seeming like it was going to move forward to stability and security. They effed up. And I'm assuming they also found out because they know that you are not going to put up with whatever it is that they've got going on. So the other part of the High Priestess, aside from being an intuitive goddess, is that the High Priestess can also represent things like unattainability. It can also represent things like desire, sexual desire, especially that this person or this connection that the two of you might have had was a very sexual connection with one another. And yet again, I will say, take what resonates and leave the rest. But the High Priestess to me is definitely going to indicate that this person was extremely sexually attracted to you. And this person could have, maybe something that changed the dynamic was either hooking up with this person or this person placing such a large focus on hooking up that you were kind of like, well, if this isn't going to move forward toward what I'm looking for in a relationship, which is maybe happiness, peacefulness, and stability, then I'm not about it anymore. And with the Death card there, it would indicate that something has ended, that something has changed, something was transitioning. And for some of us, what could have very well happened here, because like this legitimately tells a story of us and this person were hooking up. That changed the dynamic between the both of us. We were moving forward toward a stable and committed relationship. And then this person couldn't reel in their bullshit. You know, this person was maybe still acting like a player. This person was still flirtatious with others. This person was still hooking up with other people after either making it seem or legitimately being in a romantic relationship with us. And their player ways or their lying and cheating, I always refer to the Seven of Swords lovingly as a lying, cheating scumbag. And they acted out in whatever way they did with their lying, cheating scumbaggery, and you were like, I'm not falling for this BS. I'm not going to be a part of this BS. You figure yourself out, and I'll figure my way out of this situation. And that is perhaps what occurred here, because like I said, this tells a bit of a story. So, with all of that said, if that story yet again makes absolutely no sense to you, not your pile. So like I don't know how else to describe it. If it doesn't make sense to you, if it has nothing to do with what's been going on in your connection, simply not your pile, and you can move on with your day, my pile twos. But if it is making sense to you, what this person has on their mind is that they're still not over you, but they still can't control themselves. And my worst fear for anyone would be being involved in this situation and this person not changing their ways. You know, this person is still, or for many of us too, I feel like pile 2 is we could be in separation from this person at this point in time. Because whether you were intuitively tipped off or you had information sent to you, or you had somebody else reach out to you and let you know that this person was still on whatever BS they were on, it does feel like to me that this connection is in separation because you were not going to be a part of whatever their messiness was. You've removed yourself from the situation. You ended things, or you walked away from things because this person came with grand promises of a future together or of a life together, but they were not holding up their end of the bargain, let's say. They were not being true or honest within this connection. And part of the issue with that Knight of Wands character is that they are so charming and so charismatic that they were making it seem as though you were in a relationship, or they were making it seem as though you were moving forward toward one. And the worst, of course, the worst variation of things that could be going on here was that you were in a relationship with this person, and this person, you know, betrayed you in some type of way or lied to you in some type of way. So now let's get some oracle cards out here just to see. I have a card already flipping to the floor as I pick them up. Let's see what it is. We have self-indulgence, focus on yourself, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I feel like that's just a good card in general, so we will keep it out here. But I feel like when it comes to this connection, this person screwed you over in some way. I do feel strongly in saying it's almost as though they want to make a comeback, but they know you're not. They know that that comeback's not going to be very well received because they know that you could see through their bullshit. And maybe even for some of us from the very start, we could see their BS. You know, maybe from the very beginning, we could see their BS with us. We've got Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. I feel like what I want to focus on most with this card is perhaps the risk, is perhaps the being strategic, and of course the options. Seven of Wands, aside from the lying, cheating, scumbaggery, is also someone who is very strategic. I feel like that's an interesting message to see here, and then mixed with the Knight of Wands, because that brings me to this person feeling like they can charm the pants off of you, off of anyone. And that's just a character trait of theirs that perhaps they like to utilize. Now, when it comes to the risk, I feel like what we would be at risk of most is perhaps getting hurt emotionally. Maybe some of us, you know, like maybe falling for this person, let's say, could be a risk because their behaviors have not changed yet. Okay, and I also feel like when it comes to options, that this person is certainly someone who doesn't really like to be settling down or tied down. They're somebody that likes to go out and explore their options. Let's try to get one more card from this side of the deck. We also have Stabbed in the Back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Okay, and I honestly feel like, to be honest, for many of us, this attack, let's say, wasn't quite so shocking because that High Priestess, to me, especially mixed with the Death card, it's just highlighting that for many of us, we have a very strong connection to ourselves. We have a very strong connection to our intuition, to our guides, our gods, etc., and so on. Now my cat is joining us. You know, we have a very strong connection, and that is something that it allows for us to see or to feel like something's going on within this situation, or that this person is going to betray us. Okay, I had to remove him, but what I was trying to say is about to come right back. What I was trying to say before I got distracted is just that I feel like for many of us, this wasn't quite so shocking. I feel like for some of us, we saw this coming, or we had a really good idea of what was going on. You know, we were either intuitively picking up on it, we got given some type of undeniable proof of how this person's character was, etc., and so on, whatever the case might be. It just seems like to me, you know, of course we were heartbroken by it, of course we're in pain, and of course perhaps we're going through some type of separation due to this person's deceptions or betrayals that they bestowed upon us. But I do feel like for some of us, we also had an inkling of a feeling that this was happening, or we had some type of proof that that was how this person was behaving. So now let's get another oracle card. We've got frigid, chilly, cold personality, cold-hearted, getting iced out, not happy, and the situation needs time to thaw. I feel like that's kind of how this person is, to be honest, feeling about you. You know, like they feel like you're somebody who has iced them out. They feel like you are somebody that's not happy with them. They feel like this is a situation that just needs time to thaw, and then they can make their way back in. But I feel like for you, you've been dealing with this cold-hearted personality type of person. You've been dealing with somebody who in the past, or whatever this past history is, did not value you, did not respect you, did not honor your time, effort, and energy in whatever way. They did not honor it or value it or respect it. And you were the one that was originally met with the frigidness of this person. And now you've got that same attitude back toward them. You know, like there was a period of time within this connection for many of us where we felt like this connection was really going to go somewhere. And then we got notice of the fact that this person was not changing their ways. And that's what happened here. But I do feel like for many of us, this was definitely something that hurt us a lot because of the direction that this person was making because of the direction that this person was making it seem like the connection was going in. And we've got finishing up with, and I feel like this is honestly just to again show us that this person's behavior has not really changed, or that this person, if they do make their way back and they've got more big promises, it's kind of like we need to delve into our intuition or our inner knowing just to recognize that this person hasn't really changed. You know, that this person might just be trying to pull some old tricks or some old charms out of their bag. Keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, stringing someone along, and one night stand. So all in all, I feel like, yet again, this person's behavior has not changed. This person has not changed. For many of them, they seem to want to make a comeback. And I feel like what this reading is trying to say is, like, don't let them make a comeback, because they haven't really changed much since the two of you have been in separation. So I hope, and also with that self-indulgence card, that the best thing that perhaps we could be doing for ourselves is focusing on ourselves and taking the time that we need to heal, exploring other more meaningful connections than this one. But as far as this connection goes, it does seem as though this person has not changed their ways. And that's that. So I hope that makes sense for those of us who it is meant for, my pile twos. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, my pile threes, my amethyst pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. Let's see, what does your person currently think about you and about the connection you share, my pile threes. We start out with the 10 of Cups. We have the 8 of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Star, and we have the Magician, which is a nice way to end it, because when we start out with all these cards, especially that 8 of Swords jumping out second, it would lead me to believe this person has very big feelings for you that they are not exactly expressing. You know, like they're kind of nervous to go ahead or move ahead when it comes to this connection. And that has a lot more to do, or a lot more to say about them than it has anything to do with you. This is one of those readings where I will say something such as, you know, there's nothing that you can do, should do, or would do that would make this person feel more comfortable or make them feel unstuck in regard to this situation. It's their own fears, their own anxieties, their own it's their own, not unlimiting, it's their own limiting beliefs that cause for them to hold back when it comes to this connection. There is a whole lot of idealism taking place. We start out with the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups could go either way. It could either be that this person and you have a very strong connection, a very strong emotional bond, or it could be that that's what this person is hoping for here. And with the Eight of Swords next to it, it would signify that they are holding themselves back. So I feel like there's a crap ton of idealism taking place within this connection. This is what this person feels like the connection could be. A very long-lasting, happy, healthy, fulfilling, romantic relationship. This person has big ideas, big feelings about you and about what the connection can turn into. This person feels as though the two of you have what it takes to start a life together, to build a life together, and this person does, like, not to take away from it, but this person does have very strong romantic feelings for you. This person feels very drawn to you. This person wants to be with you. There's this person definitely feels very seriously about you, I guess is what I'm trying to portray here. We have the Eight of Swords next to it, and the Eight of Swords is a card of fear, of anxiety, of limiting beliefs, of feeling stuck, and very stuck in our anxiety. And for many of us, I would say, or that would lead me to believe that for many of us, this person hasn't made their feelings known. They haven't really opened up to us and expressed their feelings. They're very afraid to move things forward within this connection. And again, that has a lot more to do with them. That would indicate to me, especially with the Magician ending it, that they have issues with their confidence. It would indicate that they perhaps have issues with communication, that they have issues with emotional intimacy or emotional expression. So these things are all rather difficult for them. However, just to jump ahead to the Magician is going to signify that this person is trying to rectify those things, that this person is trying to build up their confidence, that this person's trying to muster up their inner strength, that they're pulling whatever resources they have in order to better themselves so that they can begin to open up more, so that they can express themselves, or that they can move things forward within this connection and begin to go after what it is that they feel like this connection could be. So while they might be very stuck right now, overall with the Magician, this is basically an indication that this person is working on themselves, building up their confidence, doing whatever it is that they need to do in order to break free from their own anxiety or their own binds that are holding them back and make some real positive movement forward. But the Page of Cups and the Star are mainly bringing me to idealism as well as unattainability. So both of these cards are going to represent idealism. The Page of Cups in general is going to represent having a crush on someone admiring someone, but Page of Cups is kind of iffy. It's kind of like are they or are they not going to do something about the connection? The romantic feelings are there, and obviously this idealistic future that they've painted in their brain is there. But that Page of Cups is going to represent that they are also at times emotionally immature, or just straight up immature in general, and they are not quite sure of if they can or should move this connection forward. And then when we move forward to the Star does have a meaning attached to it of being the person of somebody's dreams. And with that said, this person, that's how they view you, that's how they think of you. They think of you as the person of their dreams. They think of you as somebody who they can have a life with or build a life with. But the Star is also a card that can indicate unattainability. And with that unattainability, it's yet again going to hint to me that this person, something that they struggle with is their confidence. They don't feel good enough for you. They don't feel like you'd be interested in them. Etc. and so on. Whatever case there could be, whatever excuse they can make, they feel like you are unattainable to them. But with the Magician ending it here, the good news is that this seems to be something that they are working on. They're trying to put their self-limiting beliefs behind them so that they can make some type of real positive movement forward with you. But I do feel like this person has spent a very long time idealizing you, idealizing the connection, having this crush on you, but not really expressing themselves or letting you know how it is that they are feeling. And all in all, that has been something that has held them back. And it could also be something that's made them even more anxious, because perhaps for some of us, we are friends, or we've been in this person's life for a hot minute. And that's something that they're also afraid of. They don't want you to not be a part of their lives. But they do feel this very strong romantic attraction to you that they want to explore. And they don't want to ruin that either. So there's a lot of things that are going through this person's mind. Now let's get some oracle cards out here just to see what else this person is currently thinking about you and about the connection. But I would say this is a person that has had a lot of trouble opening up to you and expressing how they feel. I just lost a bunch of cards onto the floor. And it's interesting because then that card fell again to the floor. But let's see. Okay. It's kind of funny. Oh, and again, it's almost like the two cards that fell to the floor again. So the two cards that fell to the floor twice after I fumbled in picking them up were friendship and feel great first, which I feel like do make sense. I'm going to put everything back. And the other cards were coffee cup and lightning. And it's just interesting to me because the friendship card was the card that did it first. And that would yet again kind of go in line with what I was actually just about to say, which is that I feel like for some of us, we have been friends with this person, or this person's been in our life for a hot minute now, and this person doesn't want to lose you from their life, but they can't ignore the way that they are feeling in regard to romantic feelings any longer. The feel great first, feel the feeling of having a happy, healthy relationship, raise your vibration, will attract the same. I feel like it's kind of that transition from the Eight of Swords to the Magician. This person focusing on themselves or working on themselves so that they can move past whatever anxiety they are currently feeling and begin to make some positive movement forward. We have coffee cup, which yet again will indicate friendship, feeling uplifted, and the fact that the two of you do see or speak to one another on a regular basis, even if it's just as friends for right now, along with the lightning card, a sudden change, shocking news. And for some of us, it could be quite shocking to find out how this person has been feeling to us because of the fact that this person has never opened up to us before. So now we have, to start us off, we have healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life. We have self-love, self-care, and being happier. So again, I feel like this person, first of all, is making healthy choices in love and in life because this person knows that they have feelings for you, and they're beginning to get to this point in their life where they know that they need to make some type of positive movement forward. They know that they need to make some type of move. They know that they need to open up to you. They know all in all that would be the healthy choice for them to make in love and in life. But first, they also have to get their own issues, let's say, under wraps, or their own issues resolved before they are going to be able to do so. And I feel like that's even where self-love and self-care come in, because this person is working on their confidence issues or their emotional intimacy issues so that they can begin to open up to you. I hope that makes sense. My pile threes, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, it is simply just not your pile. It is just not your day today. We have the palm tree card. Okay, palm tree representing stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. What I find interesting with this card here, especially since we have this person who seemingly had feelings for you for a long time, hasn't exactly felt comfortable opening up about them yet. The permanence message on that card, I feel like, is important. Again, it could be representing for some of us that this person has been in our lives for a hot minute now. And for some of us, this person has basically been a permanent part of our lives. That this person has been someone that has always been in our lives or has always been there for us, and so on and so forth. I also feel like in general, the stability and security is basically what this person wants this connection to evolve into. Right now they're very idealistic about it, but what they are hoping for here is a connection that is going to, they're hoping for a connection. Basically, like, they're very idealistic about the connection in general, but what they're hoping for is that stability and security that comes from the Ten of Cups, where we started. They're looking at you as somebody who's a potential life partner. Now we move forward to the Graduate, a new life phase or stage in a relationship. Someone has grown, healed, and evolved. And I especially feel like this person needs to grow, heal, and evolve, which they, to me, are obviously working on. And that's going to be what leads this connection to its new phase or stage. So I hope that that makes sense. Let's get one more card out here. And we have the Other. And I feel like the Other is very interesting here because it literally says an admirer from afar. And we have the Page of Cups, which is an admirer, a fork in the road, an option, interested, another or other man or woman. So for many of us, I don't really feel like the other man or woman is such a big deal here, except for the fact that throughout the time that you have known this person, they could have been dating other people and you could have been dating other people. Maybe one of you is in a relationship right now, or both of you are in a relationship right now. But of course, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. I feel more so, of course, that for many of us, what will resonate is that this person is an admirer from afar. Us as well have perhaps been admiring this person from afar. And afar could, of course, mean physical distance, but for me, it could even mean emotional distance. Because if this person's never really opened up to you, and you've never really opened up to them, the two of you are admiring one another while not exactly being as close as you could possibly be. From an emotional standpoint or from the bond that the two of you share. And I feel like right now, this person, the fork in the road or the decision that they're trying to make, the options that they have are basically like, I am interested in this person, very much so. And now I need to begin to work on myself and my confidence issues so that I can actually do something about this connection. And I feel like that's what your person's doing right now. Like I feel like this person had a decision to make, which is either stay stuck or do something. And your person's decided they want to break free from the idealism and start thinking about what it is that they need to do in real life in order to move this connection forward. So right now, I feel like what this person is doing is, yet again, they've made the decision, and the decision that they made is to work on themselves so that they could do what they need to do and move this connection forward, make this connection more tangible, let's say, in their reality, versus just idealizing it or trying to manifest it magically for themselves. They're beginning to recognize that it's time for them to begin to put in some work, let's say, in the real world, in the tangible world, and move this connection forward. I really hope that that makes sense for those of us who it is meant for. My pile threes, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.